Now, if you're like me, you like your vehicles fast, you like them hitting hard, you like to get out of there quickly before anyone realises what's happened, well, the Staghound is for you. The T17E1 is a beautiful little vehicle, and it has all the accessories you'll ever need to give some much needed infantry support. There is far too many players in Battlefield games who love to sit back in tanks. I like to do exactly the opposite. I get my tank so far stuck in there that you'll find it on its side, trapped between buildings, and often questioning how the hell did he get there with it multiple times in one video. Anyway, let's begin. So let's talk about how I spec'd out this vehicle. Now, first off, we have the improved loading mechanism. Now, the science behind this is we want that autocannon to fire as fast as possible. Now, next up, we have the deployment of supplies. This is great for resupplying the troops behind you as quickly as possible so they can keep pushing up with the vehicle and they don't run out of ammunition themselves. Then we also have the 20mm autocannon that chews through everything, and with that 20% rate of fire increased, it is ridiculous. Finally, it's kind of hit and miss between these. I was going to go with the AP round so I could take on armor a little bit more effectively, but I keep finding myself very close by next to infantry, so I equip the incendiary launchers that launches two like Molotov cocktail type grenades that set fire to the ground, and they continuously do damage to anyone running through it. So it's a great area denial weapon, and when troops are panicking as you're running towards them with this thing, it's great to set them on fire as well. Let's get back to some gameplay. Now, however you decide to spec this out, if you want to go down the anti-armor route, the squeeze bore and the rocket pods, or you want to go down the autocannon and the infantry support route like I've done, there is one big thing that I've learned: how to play with it. Now, most effectively, you can load up with two other teammates, flank around the edges of the map using your speed and agility to dodge armor and dodge other infantry units, get to them rearward objectives, capture them up. Once they're captured, you'll notice your teammates start spawning on them and hitting objectives from the rear. And this is a really quick way of capping the center of the map as you draw their resources to the rearward positions. Now, if you bump into armor, I recommend one tactic, and that is the shoot and scoot. You either want to hit them with a 37mm in the rear, side, or turret. Same again with the autocannon, but the autocannon really just pisses off tankers, and a good tanker will tear you apart within 2 to 3 shots. And if he disables your ability to move, you're in even bigger trouble. So I recommend getting that shot in and then getting the hell out of there before he even knows where it's come from. So the final thing I've learned is how to flush enemies out of cover, out of buildings when assaulting an objective. Now, this goes for all vehicles, but you don't want to be assaulting an objective that's being defended without any infantry support. Whether you're in a tank, you're in the armoured car. The armoured car's fine on its own if you're going on these little flanking missions where you're going to bump into 1 or 2 guys, but if you're attacking a heavily defended objective, a Panzerfaust is guaranteed to pop out of every single window and you will turn into a wreck in seconds. Now, the other two things you want to keep an eye out for is AT weapons. Look for the direction they're facing on the map so you don't drive straight into one, and AT mines, usually placed in the strangest of places. Battlefield players seem to really like sticking them up walls and all sorts of places where you think you're safe. You are not at all. So keep an eye out and make sure your teammates are spotting mines as you go. Sometimes it's better just to leave the roads completely and go on a crazy off-road assault course of your own. Now, once you're into the objective, you don't want to sit slap bang in the center, because this leaves you open to all the enemy's spawn points, pretty much common sense, and they will slap you from all sides. So you want to keep running rings around the objective, flushing more infantry out for your team, as well as taking them on as it goes. So that has been my overall thoughts, my sort of tactics and opinions as I've been using the T17E. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I'd love to hear how you plan on using this, and I've just been really enjoying the vehicle combat. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.